Today's Kingstonist news is brought to you by Kingston Community Credit Union. Say goodbye to bank fees and hello to free banking with KCCU. I'm Sarah Burtch with Kingstonist News, and here are your top headlines. Today, August 11th, 2025. A man who pleaded guilty to setting a fire to a rooming house in Napanee last summer, killing one resident, will spend 7 more years incarcerated in a federal penitentiary. Justice Jeffrey Griffin presided over the sentencing hearing for 32-year-old Andrew James Thompson, who pleaded guilty on May 2, 2025 to manslaughter and arson. Families of both the victim and the accused were present. 67-year-old Walter Lasher, a member of the community with mobility challenges and a developmental disability, died from smoke inhalation after a fire was intentionally set by Thompson at his rooming house at 159 John Street. Kingston Health Sciences Center has been developing plans for a new hospital complex to meet current and long-term regional healthcare needs, and land in the west end of Kingston may be the site of this new future complex. The city has verbally committed up to 95 acres of undeveloped land at Clogs Road Business Park area near Highway 401 to advance the planning process for the development. However, the timeline for construction is still unknown, as the development of the new complex depends on the confirmation and timing of ministry funding. A grant from the Ontario Trillium Foundation has enhanced 3 community parks in Tyendinaga Mohawk territory. On Friday, August 8, 2025, MPP Rick Bressie met with the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte to hear more about the $19,100 capital investments grant that was used to install new basketball nets at 3 parks. The grant provided funds that allowed the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte to refresh basketball courts at Bayshore, Lower Slash, and Huron-Brant Drive North Parks. As Kingstonians were beginning their day last Friday, Kingston Fire and Rescue were already hard at work, knocking down a blaze on Truedell Road in the west end of the city. Firefighters were on scene for about 2 hours on the morning of Friday, August 8th, working to extinguish a fire which broke out sometime before 6:45 a.m. 2 occupants at 597 Truedell Road were home at the time that the fire broke out, but they did not sustain any injuries. They are currently displaced but have been provided temporary shelter through Red Cross. A Crown witness who began testifying last Monday, July 28th, in the judge-only trial of Michael Haaima has since spent a full 3 days under cross-examination. After the Crown's examination in chief of the witness ended on Thursday, July 31st, Michael Haima's lawyer, Natasha Calvino, began her cross-examination that afternoon. The witness has testified that Michael Haaima sexually assaulted her on 2 occasions. A good portion of the cross-examination has focused on what Calvino has termed the blurred lines between the sugaring relationship that the witness had with Haaima. Read more at Kingstonist.com. And while you're there, use my code SarahB2025 for 10% off.